Hey, what's on guys, welcome to this tutorial. Now this is going to be CapCut video editing tutorial. This is a tutorial that is designed for beginners and anybody who wants to sort of have a revamped course on video editing using this tutorial. So throughout the video you're going to learn how to edit professional videos using CapCut from scratch. We are going to look at various sections. So first, we will look at how to navigate the CapCut interface. We'll also look at how to import and organize media. We'll look at how to trim, split, and edit videos. We'll also look at how to add music, sound effects, and voiceovers. We are also going to look into how we can create animated text and captions, apply transitions between various segments of videos, and add visual effects. We're also going to look at how to use the incorporated AI tool that is within CapCut. Last but not least, we are going to learn how to export videos into various qualities, especially the best qualities that can serve for various social media platforms. So who should watch this tutorial? Basically, now I feel that content creation is on the rise, and anything be it on social media or whichever platform is basically content. So this tutorial is perfect for anyone who wants to learn video editing and create amazing videos with CapCut. Just for a few individuals, it is designed for complete beginners, people with no experience, people who just want to start from scratch and learn how to edit professional videos using CapCut. The tutorial is also ideal for YouTube creators, people who create engaging content videos for YouTube channel. I think that this course, this tutorial is going to give you a complete guide on how to make your videos look so much interesting, rather amazing. TikTok and Reel content creators, you can learn how to edit short form videos that get more views and engagement by watching this tutorial to the end. Business owners and marketers, the video can help you have a cutting edge in order to promote your brand, products, and services with professional videos that have high click-through capability. To students and freelancers, by the end of the video, you're going to build a valuable skill for your studies and personal project or for freelancing activities. And last but not least, the video is ideal for anyone who has the curiosity or the desire to learn. Remember that learning will never end. One of the success principles is that you should always keep learning, because everything keeps changes. The information that you had yesterday is different from the information that is available today. So see you in the next section. We are going to learn how to download the CapCut so that you can look at the interface of CapCut. Alright, so we're going to get started with downloading our CapCut. So I believe the steps are the same regardless of the device that you're using. So we're going to open our browser. Of course, I'm using the Google Chrome. So upon opening the browser, we're going to type in CapCut, and then hit enter the keyboard. So we are presented various search results. We have the first one. This is a link to the desktop version if you're using a PC. We also have the Google Play link if you're having an Android version or an Android device. We also have the Apple version if you're having an Apple powered device. So we're going to click on the first link because I'm using a desktop. So once you click on the first link, you are taken to the CapCut official website. On the top right corner, we have the download button. So we're going to click on the download button to download the executable file. So we have the executable file downloaded. We are going to open on that, and then we can just go ahead and install the CapCut application. So to install it is super simple. Just double click on the executable file, and the installation process will begin shortly. So this one is going to take some time depending on the kind of processor you're using. If you have GPU, that is the graphic processor unit installed on your device, then I believe that the process is going to take a short time. So I'm going to wait for the installation, and I'm going to meet you in the next section where we're going to look at the interface of CapCut application. Alright, so we have our CapCut already installed, and we've launched it. So CapCut is up and running. So when you launch CapCut, you're presented with this home page interface. So within the home page, we have two panels. we have the left panel and we have the right panel. So on the left panel, we have the sign in option. This allows you to join the cloud platform where we can have all your resources, media or files, preferences backed up for accessibility from any device. Now we also have the home, and that is where exactly we are. We have the templates. They are pre-recorded video templates that allows you to have your productivity or video editing faster. There's also the design studio and create with AI. These are basically AI add-ons that allows you to generate images or posters or videos within CapCut. And then there's the marketing tool. So the marketing tool is basically an add-on, and basically that is Pipit. Pipit is created by the team that just created CapCut. So it allows you to generate various AI videos. So Pipit, they are paid versions, so you have to go ahead and sign up so in order to use the Pipit add-on of CapCut. Now on the right panel, which is basically the central part of this interface, we have the create project. This is where we are going to go to when you want to just get started with creating our video editing project. And then there's a video studio. The video studio is AI that allows you to create AI videos. The record screen, this one allows you to record your desktop screen. I don't use this one more often. And then we have on top here we have the update icon or button, the notifications. You have the setting for preferences. Rarely do I use this one. I just don't use it. And then we have the minimize, the expand, and the close button. Those are usual for any Windows application. Then down here we have sort of shortcuts so that you can fasten the production process. We have the long video to shorts option. This one allows you to turn long clips into shorts for maybe the YouTube shorts and the Facebook reels. Then we have the AI video, which allows you to generate AI videos. We also have AI image for generating AI images, the video translator that will allow you to translate captions. The captions, that is. And then we have the AI dialogue scene, and this one allow you to make characters in your video talk or sing. And then the AI fashion, this one helps you to turn or change clothing on various photos. And then text to speech, which allow you to convert your text to speech. Then down here we have our recent projects. So when you'll be using CapCut, you'll be having maybe various projects that you recently worked on, so you can easily access them down here. So of course we have one here, and we can easily delete it by just highlighting and then hitting the delete button. So that is that. We need to go ahead and create our first project by clicking create project. So when you click on create project, we're presented with this interface for creating a project. So this interface, there are various sections, and we need to understand this interface. So on top we have the menu. So the menu, under the menu of the file allows us to create new project, new timeline, import media, and export our final project. We have the edit. So this is where we have the undo, recovery, copy, cut, paste, delete. These are very common. Then the layout just allows us to play with this, the way this interface looks. So let's see what it does. So we have the media option. You can see how it changes. We also have the attributes option. There is also the vertical option. I personally always use the default. I feel it. I think it is okay. And then we have the title of the project. Whatever project that we're working on, we can just rename it maybe to video 1 as the title of the project. Now on the top right corner, we can change the layout, and then we also have this icon. This icon is for keyboard shortcuts, as you can see. So we can modify various shortcuts just by clicking on the shortcut, and then you can just click a key combination. So these ones are not going to be saved because you are not signed in. You need to sign in so that you can have all these presets saved to the cloud. Now we also have the pro version. Of course, we're not using the pro version. Currently I'm on the free plan, but you can go ahead and pay for the pro version so that you can have the pro capability of CapCut enabled. And then the share, we can share CapCut on the cloud, and then the export button allows us to export our file, whatever video that we are going to have edited here. And this is the minimize, the maximize, and the close button as usual. Now down here we have the menu button, audio button. The menu button allows us to import various media files, video, photos, and audio files here that we're going to use in our video editing. We have the audio. This does allow us to import audio or use the CapCut cloud audio files. The text allows maybe to add a text to our image or maybe to our clip. We look at that. Then stickers, we have various stickers that you can add to our videos. You can choose among these one, and then they're grouped into various categories, as you can see down here. And then we have the effects. Effects is a pre-recorded effects, just like the name goes, so that you can easily add it very fast onto your timeline video so that the effect can be applied. You can see, you can just see whatever is happening with the effects. Then the transition allows you to have a smooth movement from maybe one clip or maybe one media to another. Maybe you have various videos joined together or various images linked together. So you want a smooth transition from one image or one video to another. You can easily choose on a transition. The caption allows you to add sort of subtitles to your video, so you can choose the language and then you can easily go to generate. So this is a pro feature. Once you have the pro feature enabled, you can easily use this one, but we'll be using it, but unfortunately not be able to export our video. The filter allows you to have preset color grading on your video or on your images on the timeline, so you can easily choose on one and then you add, and then the effect will be applied on the fly. The adjustment, I find it an interesting feature. Maybe you have various effects and color grading you want to perform to one clip or maybe one image or maybe one media, and then you want it to extend across the timeline. So you'll easily create an adjustment and then you just drag it, and all that effect will be applied to all the media. The templates, these are pre-recorded video templates that you can easily use to fasten your video editing process. So I rarely use these one. In fact, I've never used these templates because I just like creating everything from scratch. And then we have the AI avatar. This is where you have the talking head. You see this one. Currently there's so many on YouTube and on Facebook Reels. So you can have the avatar talk, and then you can see whatever is happening. So whenever you click on these buttons, or you are supposed to see various functionalities are enabled. These one just give you additional options that you can choose from. We look into that later. Now down here we have our timeline. So this is where we are going to drag our media. So let's just go to media, and then we can have media from the CapCut library so that you can drag one and see what's happening. So we have our media drag down here. So this is the timeline. So we can create another timeline. Of course, we have one timeline, so we can add another timeline so that we have two timelines, the first one and the second one. Let's just close this one, or rather delete it. And then we can select, these ones allow us to select and drag it. And then we also have other options, like maybe we want to slip it, we want to select leftward, or we want to select rightward. We'll see that in action. Then this is the undo. Maybe if you have an action, maybe we've split this one. We have this one split, so we have it split at that point. Then we can easily undo that by clicking on this undo. Then we have this split option button. So whenever the playhead is, we can just do a split. You can see this one is split. We can undo that. And then we can, we also have this option that is delete left. So you split and then you delete left. So once the playhead is there, we can tap on it, and then you can see you've seen what has happened. We also have the split and delete right. So maybe you want to remove the right section of a video or an image. You just tap on that and it will split and remove the right side. Then we have the delete option, so we can delete whatever we have there. I'll undo that. And then we have the add marker. Maybe you want to have some marker so that you can easily identify what's happening at various points. We'll undo that. Then we have the freeze pane, so we can freeze, or we can reverse, we can mirror, or we can rotate our media. We also have these AI tools: AI extend, AI edit, split scene, remove background, or to adjust, and the enhancement button. So that is that on the effects we can have here. Now, there are other additional functionalities on the timeline that you need to understand. So first we have this track magnet. This allows you to have media snapped right next to the other. Maybe we want to add this one. So with this one active, we can easily snap it. Whenever we place it, it's automatically going to be snapped next to this one. So when you disable this one, you can have it, and then it's not going to be snapped. You can see we can have it wherever we want it to be. So I always like it snapped, so that whenever I drag it, it automatically gets snapped there. We have also this one, the turn off auto snapping tool, and this one, they work in conjunction, so they allow this one to work effectively. Then we have the turn on preview. So on the timeline, we can have various positions of the cursor, and these ones allow us to have a preview on the player timeline up here. So when this one is on, you can see that whenever our cursor is, we can easily see on the player timeline what we expect within the video or within the image. Then we have the zoom button. So this one, zoom to fit timeline, so that you can see everything at a glance, but you can play with this so that you can zoom in or we can zoom out depending on our preference. Now on the timeline, we also have this sort of scale, but it's not. This is basically the time. So at this point, the clip is 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and it is 1 minute at that point. Of course, our video or our media ends at 50 seconds and 0.9 milliseconds. So we also have the player timeline. This is where we have a preview of whatever is on the timeline down here. So we have the we have the time that has elapsed and the total time of the clips, and then we have the play button, so we can play. Of course, we don't have any audio. This clip doesn't have audio, and that is why you can see we don't have anything happening here. So we have the play button, and then we have the full, this is the resolution. You can play it at the full quality, the high quality. Of course, these ones have effects, especially when you're using a non-sophisticated device. Maybe if you don't have things like the graphic processor unit, then your machine, or rather the app can misbehave, can be sort of slow, so you might be forced to have a playback at a lower quality. But if you have GPU, dedicated graphic processor unit, then you can just play at full resolution. Then we have the zoom for the player timeline, so you can zoom in or you can zoom out depending on your preference. Then the ratio, this one is very, very important because you're going to create video for various platforms. You can create video either for the YouTube or for the Facebook or for the TikTok. So we can have a custom aspect ratio, we have the landscape, we have the portrait, and then we have the square. So depending on the platform, for example, I find the landscape that is 16:9 ideal for YouTube videos, and then the 1:1 is ideal for Facebook Reels and Instagram videos, and then the 3:4 is ideal for TikTok. That is. Now you can also we can also look at the top right section. So this is where we are going to do various editing on our video on the timeline here. So once you select on any media on the timeline, then this one is automatically updated. As you can see, I've not selected on any media down here, so we just have default details of the project. The name is video one, the path where we have it stored, the color space, imported media, the arranged layers, timeline name, aspect ratio, resolution, and the frame rate. So once you click on a media, then we have all these ones activated. So the video, this is where we can do a scale, we can zoom in, or we can have just the exact 100%. And the blend option allow us to have adjust on opacity. We can also stabilize, among others. So you can see that these are pro version features. Once we activate the pro version, we are able to export our video as long as we use these one. Then the speed allows us to play with the speed of the clip. So we can increase the speed. The more speed we increase, the shorter the clips becomes. And then we have animation. So animations can either be an in animation, so that you can have some effects at the beginning of the video, and we can also have an out animation, an effect at the end of the clip. Then we have a combo. This sort of blends in both the in animation and the out animation. Now we also have the adjustment feature. This is where you're going to do the color grading of the clip. So maybe we can select on this clip, and then we can work with the contrast. We can work with the saturation, the tint, depending on your preference. This one boils down to preference and whatever you want to achieve. So under adjustment, we have the basic, we have the HSL value, we have the curve. You can play with the curve, so it depends, whatever works very easily with you. We also have the color wheel, so you can also work with the color wheel. And then we have the mask feature. We look at the mask feature later. Now we can just reset everything to back. We can have everything reset to its original state. And then last but not least, we have the AI styles, stylize. So we can style our clip using AI. And I find this one very, very efficient because AI makes everything super fast. So that is that about the interface. So I think we need to go ahead and create our first import our medias, so that we can start creating our first project. Now we're going to create our first project on CapCut. So we are going to launch our CapCut, and once you launch CapCut, you are presented with this interface. Now the first thing you need to do as a video editor before you create a first project is to move to settings, and then we are going to make changes to our preferred location where we want to change, where we want to save our project. So you can just choose on your preferred location, and then you select on select folder. Then screen recording, if you're going to do screen recording, you can equally modify this one, and then the download to folder. Then you click on save. Now we're going to move ahead and click on create project, and then our project is going to load. So we have our project here. Now the next thing you need to do is to create to name the project. So we can call it video one as usual, and then we are going to have video one already exists, so you can call it video two. You can call it video two for our project. So we cannot do anything here. We cannot change the aspect ratio of the video until we import our media files. So the next thing we're going to do is to import our media files to CapCut, so that we can arrange them for easy, or rather for faster productivity. Okay, now let's go ahead and import our files. So we're going to go to the media button and then select on import, and then we are going to go to where we are going to move to the directory where we have our media resources. So I have the media resources into various folders on my desktop. So first I'll start by importing videos. So we can open this one and import the videos. So just open that one, and then we can highlight everything by clicking Control A to highlight everything, and then we open. So the videos are already imported, but what I find convenient is by creating a folder so that all these medias can be organized into their respective folder. So let me just undo that one, and then what I'll do is that I'm going to import first. I'm going to import, and then I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to create a folder. So I can rename this folder, right click, rename, and then I'll call it videos, and then rename, and then let me just call it videos. And then we can highlight all these videos. And then drag them and drop them inside that folder. I'll also import images. So before I do that, I'll just right click and then create a folder, and then I'll call this folder the images folder. So I'll call it maybe img for images, and then double click to open it, then import. So I'll move back to images, highlight everything, and then open. So to move back and view all the folders, I'll click on all. Last, we are going to import the audios. So we're going to create a folder for the audios, rename it audio. So let's rename it audio, open it, and then import. So we'll move back and then select on audio, highlight everything, and then open. Then you can move back to view everything. So we've imported all our files, and then we've grouped them into respective folders for easy productivity, or rather for easy identification. So you can equally just import them the normal way, just by double clicking on the import, and then you drag them in, or you highlight and then you bring them, and then you can create the folder, and then you put them into their respective folders. So that is how we organize our imported files so that you can start working on them on the timeline. All right, so we can start interacting with our timeline so that we can see whatever we can achieve now that we have imported our media to CapCut. So first thing first, we are going to import our resources to the timeline, that is the media. So we start by importing the video. So to import the video is very simple. We can drag the entire folder if we intend to import everything, or we can basically open the folder and import our preferred video. So we'll open the folder, and then we'll drag the first video, and then we will add the next video, and then you can proceed and add another video as well. So as you can see, these videos have made the timeline to stretch out, so we cannot see the end of the last clip. So that one calls for a zoom option. So we can easily do a zoom just by holding Control and moving the mouse wheel button, or we can easily we can just move to the zoom to fit timeline button, and then everything is zoom, and you can see everything at a glance. Now we can also add the audio, so we are going to click on the audio file, and then you can just drag the audio so that we have the audio on the timeline as well. We can also import the images, open, and then I'm going to import everything. So I'll highlight and then drag them and drop them on the timeline. So we have three asset classes, or rather media classes. We have the images, we have the videos, and we have the audios, all on the timeline. So we are going to see how these ones now work now that we have this media on the timeline. So first we can lock maybe a given track. So of course these are tracks. So this is first track, second track, third track. So we can lock all this media on the third track so that any activity or any edit that we do on either of these tracks doesn't affect the image track. So when you hit on the lock button, we cannot edit. We can move this one, but we can't move that one. So we can also hide the image so that we don't have a view of the image on the player timeline. by clicking on the hide the hide track icon, and then we can mute the image if at all they add maybe an audio attached to them. So we can also rearrange these tracks. Maybe we can have this one on top and the images beneath them, so we can have it there, highlight that one, and then we drag them so that we can have the image or the videos on top of the images. Now let's play these ones so that you can see what happened. So when you play, you can easily get what's happening. You can see, and then you can also drag this playhead to wherever we want it to be. So that is how we add media resources or media files to the timeline so that we can start editing. So let's move to the next section so that we can start basic editing of these media files. So we are going to get started with editing our video now that we have everything on the timeline. So first we need to adjust the length of these clips so that they match. So maybe for the first clip, we are going to reduce the size so that it can be more or less of this size. So what I'll do, I find it convenient to lock these two files so that I remain with the file that I'm going to work with, which is rather the track that we are going to work with, which is the video track. So maybe from what we have on the timeline, you can see that this one is a bit shorter than this one, so we can easily cut it. So maybe what we can do is that we can align this one on top of this one, and then we can easily crop this one until it reaches there. Then we will also have this one as the third one, and then we will easily crop it until it reaches there, and then we'll have this one. Of course, this one is shorter, so maybe we can have all these files to be the same length as that. So upon doing that, you can rearrange them by taking them to their respective positions. So we can have that one there. I can place them alongside each other. So we've reduced the sizes of the clips, and maybe now we can add maybe we can undo some of the changes that we've done. Maybe mistakenly you came and then you deleted that. So to undo is very simple. You have the undo button, or you can easily have a key combination of Control Z to undo that one. So we can also split, maybe cut in between. Maybe want to insert an image, or maybe want to have this clip coming in between. So maybe we can cut this one first. So let me cut these. So we can cut it. We have the Control B to split, which is the keyboard shortcut, or you can just click on that and then discard. You can also come to this one, and then maybe in between somewhere there we cut it. Then we can adjust. We can pull these ones away, and then we bring in this one in between. Then you adjust this one, so we can play to see what we have at that moment. So I'm going to hide this one, and I'm only going to leave the audio to play. So let's see what we have. Wow, that is super good. So up to that extent, we've sort of done basic editing to our video clips. Now I think we can now move ahead and work with our audio. Now that we have the audio here, you can feel, you can get that the sound is maybe too high, so we need to have some workaround, and maybe we can add a voiceover as well. All right, now we need to make adjustment to our audio. So we are going to lock the track for video so that we don't have any, we don't alter anything on it. So we are going to unlock the audio, and we are going to start by trimming the audio. You can see that the audio is too long compared to a video. So we are going to, we can easily move the playhead to the end, and it snaps at the end. So once we have it there, we can click on the audio, and then we are going to delete the right section. So we can have this delete right wing button, and then we've deleted everything to the right. Now next, we can as well adjust the volume. So maybe you find that maybe it is high. So once you click the audio, then you have the volume, so you can easily reduce it. As you reduce, you can see that the decibel value reduces, that is. So you can easily reduce it from here, or increase it, or you can just use this slider here, and then you play to hear the convenient volume that you want. I think that's okay. So we can also have a fade in, so that maybe when the video starts, we can have a volume that start from 0 as it increases, and then we can have a fade out. So before you do that, you can see that at the very beginning of our video, we have a low sound video. We don't have audio, sorry, we don't have audio at this end, so we can basically crop that in. We can reduce that, and then we can adjust this end. Good. So we can have fade in, so we can increase a fade in, can have a fade in sort of, and then we can also have a fade out, that is. So the video will begin at a 0 audio, and then as the video progresses, the audio will increase. Let's play to get it. Let's also get it from the end here. So at the end, you can see you can get the volume fading as the video comes to an end, and that is super good. Now sometimes maybe you want to do a voiceover, you want to record, you have your microphone connected to your PC, so you can easily do a voiceover. So let's do a voiceover. So to do a voiceover, let's have the playhead at the start, and then we'll come and then we click a voiceover, and the voiceover will just start right away. So once we click on this one, it's count, and then it's going to start. So we can start recording by saying, here comes the amazing safari. So if you want to travel, you can contact us on blah blah blah, and then I'll stop. So that is our voiceover. So we'll close this one, and then we have a track of voiceover added here. So sometimes maybe you're doing recording where we have background noise, and you can easily eliminate background noise. Just click on that track. So we lock this one. We assume that we're done with this one. We'll click on this one, and then you can easily we can easily enhance our voice by clicking on this tool option here, and then we can easily enhance it so that it can become more clearer. So we can also reduce noise. We have the button here to reduce noise. So when you click on it, let's this one just let's just wind up on this one. Enhancing voice will make the voice more clearer. Then we can reduce noise if at all there's background noise, so the background noise is reduced. So let's listen to it, and then we can hear whatever we've recorded. So we can start recording by saying, Here comes the amazing Safari. So sometimes maybe you might want to have the background music to be low as you narrate maybe something, and then for the background music to pick up, or the background background sound. So to do that, rather to accomplish that, is very simple. First, you're going to lock this voiceover. Of course, it is locked, and then you're going to have the background music turned on or active, and then you're going to move the player up to where we want it to be low, and then we're going to introduce what you call a keyframe. So the under volume, you're going to click this to add a keyframe. A keyframe is like a point where you want to make a change, and then we'll move to maybe somewhere here, and then you're also going to add another keyframe. So in between, maybe somewhere there, we are going to decrease the volume, and then we move the playhead somewhere before the last keyframe, and then you're also going to decrease the volume. So let's place that we can get what you have. By saying, here comes the amazing Safari. So if you want, that is good, that is super good. So that is that, and that is how we work with audio. So I think we need to move to the next section, and that is how we add text and titles to our video. All right, so sometimes maybe you want to add maybe text or maybe lower third for illustrative purposes, or maybe for marketing to your video. It is super simple. So we're going to move to the menu, and then you're going to go to the text menu, and then we're going to click on default text. So we're going to move playhead to wherever we want to have our text, maybe somewhere there, and then we can drag the text and place it there. Of course, I want it to be at the beginning of the video, so we'll have it at the beginning there. Then we can go ahead and then type whatever we want. So maybe we can call it the PrimeX Safaris, and then we can play around with this text. So we can change the font from the font category here. Maybe we can have that. We can have that one, and then we can change the color maybe to something like black. We can also have maybe an outline to text, or we can have we can choose from these preset styles. We can have that one, or we can basically have that. I think that's okay. Then we can also reduce opacity so that you can have something like see-through. This one depends with the preference. We can also add background, but I don't find that important. Then we can basically go ahead and reduce the font size. So we can do the font size just by dragging on this point, or by using the scale option here. So to have it as a lower third, we can just put it somewhere there, and then we can extend it. Maybe if you want it to extend for the entire video, or maybe if you want it for some time. Now as you drag it, you can see that the time here changes. So as you can see, currently it is at 10 seconds. So it's going to play for 10 seconds, and then it's going to move out. So I find it interesting that you can add sort of maybe a heading, and maybe you can also add maybe sort of subtitle. So to do that, we're just going to right click this one, and then we are going to copy and paste. So we'll copy, and then we will Control V to paste it. Then we can have it below that one. So I'll drag this one to move slightly on top, and then I'll have this one, and then I'll reduce the size. So let me reduce the size, and then I'll use a different font because it's more of a subtitle. So maybe we can have something like maybe let's see, that one is okay. And then I'll say maybe say enjoy your travel. Enjoy your travel. So I can also have that one. Then I'll drag it to have it somewhere there, and then we can move them together to the point we find is ideal. So let's play the video so that we can see what we have. So I find it nice when the text comes after some time. So the video will start and then we'll have the lower third basically later. So let's play and then you see good. So it comes in, but I don't like how the text pops up. So I'll introduce the animation so that you can see how the text comes in. So I'll highlight both of them and then I'll move to animation, and then we can have something like maybe let's see what we have. So you can have let's see, unlike something like maybe something like flashing. Let's see something like drawing, fade in, something like fade in. Let's see if you have fade in. So you have fade in. This is good. So I'll add it. So first click on it and then we'll have it, and then we can have fade out for an outro. So under outro, we can search for fade out. Let's see if you have fade out under outro. So good, we have it. We'll download it and then it's automatically added there. So let's play a video so that you can see how the effect behaves. Okay, so let's see. Let's start from somewhere there and then we'll adjust the position of the text. So let's see. Good. Now the animation is not taking effect appropriately. Maybe we can increase on the duration of the animation. So we can just click and then we can have the animation to let me just highlight them. Then you can move to animation and then you can increase the duration so that it extends further. Then you can enjoy the effects. Let's also have the outro adjusted. So let's play and see. So it's coming. That is super good, and then it's going to fade. Okay, let's play it once again so that you can see it very well. So it's going to come out and then it's going to fade out. It's fading out. Wow, that's good. So you can play with these animations and then you choose on one which suits your interest. So that is how we basically add text. So maybe if you want the text to go through the entire video, we'll just have to extend it. You just have to drag it from wherever it is to the end of the video so that we can have the text appear throughout the video. So that is all you need to know about working with text on videos. So the next thing we need to understand is transition. Now that we have various images and various videos, how do we transit from one image to another? All right, now we can go ahead and add transition to our images or our video so that you can have a smooth change from one image or video to another. So to do that, it's very simple. First, you're going to unlock the track you're going to work with. So let's start by adding transition to our video. So we'll unlock the video track, and then we're going to move. We are going to highlight the videos, and then we're going to go to the transition tab. So once we are there, you can easily choose among these so many transitions. So it depends with preference. It depends with what you find desirable. So we can just have maybe one transition applying to all of them, or we can have different transitions. But I find it interesting just to have to be consistent by having one transition applied to apply to all the videos. So we can play the video so that you can see what we have on the transition. Then we can see various adjustments that we can do on our transition. So I'm going to mute I'm going to mute this voiceover. I'll also I'll leave these ones, and then we'll go ahead and play. So let's play and see. That is nice. Maybe we can extend the duration of transition. So to extend the duration, we're just going to click on the transition, and then you can see that we have the duration slider activated. Then you can extend it. As you can see, it extends, or you can reduce it. So I'd like to extend it a bit, and then let's come here. We can also extend this one, and then we play. So let's play so that we can see what we have. Well, that's amazing. That is so good. So that is how we apply transition on various images. You can also apply transition on our images. I mean, that's how we apply transition to videos. You can also apply transition to images. So let's unlock this image track, and then we can go ahead and then we extend our images now that they're short. So let's just extend them by dragging. Let us extend them a bit. So we can extend this last one so that it fits there. And then we had this one extended to the farthest end. So to add transition, we're going to move the playhead to where we want it. So of course this track is hidden, so we can unhide it. And then we can add transition in between. So maybe we want to have something like, let's see what we have. Maybe we can have maybe let's see what's interesting. I find them so many until sometimes I even get confused which one I would use. So let's use this one. So I'll drag it and insert it in between the images. I'll drag it and insert it in between the image. So for us to see the effects perfectly, we are going to hide the video track so that you can only have the images track playing. So let's play that, and then we see what we have. Wow, that is super good. So that is how we work with transition when it comes to images and videos. We just have to go to transition tab, and then we drag and drop our desired transition. Now, as a best practice, I would urge that you choose on transition that is more visual, or rather that is showing smooth move from one media or image or video to another. We have some junky that looks so funny. I personally don't find them interesting, but you can that blur zoom is okay, but you can just explore all these transition effects. So that is that about transition. Without wasting your time, I want us to move to the next section, and that is going to be how to apply effects to our video. Effects are very important when it comes to video editing because they add should I say flavor to our video. So to add effects, we're just going to move to the effects tab, and then we are going to choose on a desired effect. So the effects are basically preset functionalities or behaviors that we can have on our videos or images. So we're going to start with the video. So I'm going to lock the images timeline, and then we can highlight our video, and then we can choose on an effect to apply. So let me take this vintage flash, and then we are going to apply to the first section of the image. And then we can also have another one, like maybe these ones, and then we can apply to the next section. And then you can have the tempo zoom, we apply it there. So let's play so that you can see what we have on the video. That is good. So that is how we add effects to videos. Now I find the best practice I find with effects is when I'm creating videos that are made up of still images. So the effects will make the images to appear like they are real video footages. So let's see that in action. So we are going to lock the video track, and then we're going to hide it, and then we are going to have the image track active. Then we can add these effects to our video. So for the to our image. So for the first image, you can see that it doesn't fit well within the canvas. So we are going to extend it by dragging the outline so that it can basically fit there properly. So let's add another effect to maybe the second image, and then we can have another effect to our our third image. So let's play so that you can see what we have. That is good. So for this third image, it equally doesn't fit well within the canvas, so you just need to extend it. So let's play again, and then you see, wow, that is good. Now for the last image, it equally doesn't fit well, so let's adjust it. And then for our last image, we equally do the same. So that is about effects. Now, whenever we add an effect to a given section of images or videos, then we'll have the effect adjustment panel active here. So maybe let's click on this effect so we can increase the duration. When you click on this one, we can also do the same. When you click on that one, we can also play with the duration, and then you see what we get. So we can extend the duration, or we can decrease the duration. So I find effects very, very useful when I'm creating videos that are made up of still images. So they add flavor to the still images, and they make the images to appear like they are real video footages. Let's play this one so that you can see. Wow, that is so good, and you cannot you cannot tell that is so good, and you cannot tell that these are still images. So that is all you need to know about applying effects to videos and images. The next thing you're supposed to look at is filters and color gradings in CapCut. So let's meet in the next section. Let's see how we can apply filters to the images track and to the videos track. Now we are going to start with the images track, which is currently active. So to apply filter, we're just going to go to the menu bar here, and then we are going to click on the filter, and then we are going to be presented various filter options. So we can choose on one that suits our interest. Maybe we can do a Santa Monica, so we'll drag it and then we just drop it onto the image. So I'll draw a Santa Monica there, and then we can have this on the next image, and then we can have a black and white here, and then that is a silver edge basically, and then you can have the summer soda here. So let's play these ones so that you can see what we have applying the filter effect. Let's play that so that you can see. All right, that is good. So that is applying filters on images. We can as well apply filters to our video track. So to apply that, we are going to deactivate another lock, the images track, and then you are going to make it invisible. Then you are going to unlock the video track, and then we make it visible. Then you are going to go to the filter tab as usual, and then we are going to choose on our preferred filter. So maybe you can go with an aura for the first segment of the video, and then we can go ahead and choose Sleepless City for the next section of the video. And then let's see what we have. Maybe we can go with the palm world for the third section of the video. And then any filter I find interesting, maybe we can have these ones, Sleepless Haze for the fourth track, sorry, for the fourth section of the video. And then we can have the gold 2000, and lastly we can have the settle filter. So we've added filter to all our videos within the video track. So I want us to play the track so that we can see what the filter effects is doing on our video. Now basically the filter and the effects, they're basically adding flavor. They make our video to be more vibrant and more pleasing to the eye. And filter is more about changing color. So these are pre-designed color settings that you can easily apply to your video or to your images on CapCut. So let's play and then we see what we have. Good. So that is all we have about filters and color styles. So it's all about preference. You just have to choose on your desired filter, and then you can add them to your image or videos. Now I want us to move to the next section of the video, and that is stickers and visual elements. All right, now the stickers and visual elements are basically sort of images, either in GIF or maybe PNG, that are sort of added on top of, as an overlay on top of the image or the videos that we have on our Canva, on our CapCut. So to use the stickers, it's very simple. We're just going to identify the track we're going to work with, or maybe let's work with our video. Let's work with the video track, and then we're going to move the playhead to exactly where we want to have the sticker appears. So Upon moving the player to where we want the sticker appears, we are going to head over to the menu bar, and then we are going to select or rather click on the stickers tab or menu, and then we can have varied stickers presented to us. So you can choose from this category. We have stickers, we have trending, football, minions, classics, new, animal, meme, among others. So you can just as well scroll, or if you have a preferred name, you can easily search for a name there. I rarely use this option of stickers. I rarely use it. Maybe you can choose on one. So maybe we can have this one. This is very common. So we can add it, and then we place it. We can drag it, and then we place it where we want it. Then we can resize it, and then we can have it at maybe some desired position. And then we can equally duplicate it by copying it. Can copy it, and then we can add it at various sections of the clip. So let's just paste it, and then we can add it at those sections. So once we have it, we can equally animate it so that you can have an in and intro and outro sort of. So when you click on the sticker, then you get the adjustment panel for the sticker. So you can basically move to the animation, and then you can have how you want it to appear. Maybe we want it to come up, and then we also have an outro for that sticker. So maybe we want it to circle close as an outro. So we can play the video so that we can see what we have. Let's have the playhead at the beginning, and then we can play our video. All right, so that is good. That is good. So I rarely use this sticker thing, but it depends on the kind of video you're creating, and maybe the interest, or maybe the requirement of the client. So one last thing you can do with the sticker, you can extend the duration. Maybe you can drag them, and you can as well play with the length of the animation. So when you click on this one, and then we can increase the length for the intro, and then we can also increase the length of the outro. Let's just play that once again so that we can see what's happening. Sorry, let's play it once again so that we see what's happening. Wow, that's super cool. That is so good. That is super cool. That is so good. So we can also add the stickers to our images as well. They will still have the same effect on the images. It doesn't matter, but I rarely use it. So this one boils down to preference and the requirement of the client. So I think that is all you need to know about stickers. There's nothing fancy, there's nothing complicated there. It's all about practice and knowing what you want in the end result. So I want us to move to the next section, and the next section is going to be about speed control. All right, so speed is very important when you are working on a video editing project. And maybe you might want to have a slow motion or a fast motion at various sections of your video. So that is where speed comes handy. So let's see this in action. So we are going to work with the video track. So first we are going to remove this transition, and then we are going to create a gap between the two sections of the video clip. So we're going to click on this one, and then we're going to move to the speed tab. And then from here, you can either decrease the speed of of the clip, or we can increase the speed. So depending on the direction of moving, if you decrease the speed, then the length of the clip is going to increase because it's going to be slow. When you increase the speed, the length of the clip is going to shorten because it's going to be super fast. So let's see this one in action. So we can increase it to some level there, and then we can now bring in this to join it so that you can have a complete clip, and then we can play so that you can see what we have. So you can see it moves super fast. It moves super fast. That is good. Now we can also decrease the speed. So we'll click on the clip, and then we'll go to speed tab, and then we will lower the speed. So this one will in turn increase the length of the clip. So let's join the clips together, and then we can play. So let's play from somewhere there because the speed is really slow. So you can see that the video is sort of in slow motion, and that one is our play speed. Now we have various variants of speed. We can have the curve speed or the speed ramping. So let's see how we apply the curve speed. Now curve speed is where we can have maybe an increase in speed, then a normal pace, and then a decrease in speed. So to have curve speed, you're going to click on the clip that you want to work on. We move to the speed tab, and then you can select on the curve. So under curve, we have various options. We can have custom, we can choose on montage, we can have hero, we can have bullet, we can have jump, or we can have flash. Now this one depends with the goal, or rather the what you want to achieve. So when you have that one, we can easily modify it. So we can increase, we can have a speed increase from there up to somewhere here, and then the speed is going to fall from that point. So we want to have it very sharp, and then let it fall up to that point. So let's merge these clips together, and then we can see what we have. So we can play. Let's click on play so that you can see. Good. So you've seen whatever we have. So I'm just going to join this clip so that we can have our usual our previous video stitched together. So we are going to add the transition that we had. Maybe we can use the blur zoom in between. So let's play a video once again so that you can see. So as the video begins, you can see that the speed is super fast, and then it slows down. So let's watch that once again. So that is good. That is how we apply speed control to various segments of our video. And I find this one very interesting when maybe you want to do a slow motion. Maybe you are editing a video on marketing, or maybe a video on demonstration, and you just want to do some sort of focus on a given section of video. So that is all you need to know about speed control when you are doing video editing. And the next thing that I want us to move to without wastage of time is keyframe. I believe you've heard me mentioning keyframes for quite some time, but I believe you haven't got the good graphs, rather the graphs that you need on keyframes, and how we can use the keyframe to enhance our productivity when we're de-editing various videos on CapCut. So see you in the next section where we're going to look at keyframes. The knowledge of keyframe is very, very important in video editing. Regardless of the kind of video editing software you're using, you're going to encounter the importance of keyframe frequently. Now, in a simple explanation, we can say that a keyframe is basically a point where we want maybe an effect to start taking place from. So let's see this in action. I find it very easy to explain this concept when I'm going to use the image, because you can create various effects using keyframes on images. So we are going to lock the video track, and then we are going to work with the image track. So on our first image, maybe this one, so we can go to the video, and then we can have our play at the exact point where we want to apply some effects. Then under the video panel, we can do maybe a simple transform, or we can do under transform. We can have a scale, we can increase it, or we can change position, we can rotate. So I just want us to do a simple zoom in so that you can understand the concept of keyframe. So just like I said, we are going to have the play head where we want it to be, and then we are going to have under scale, we are going to have a keyframe. So we want an effect to take place from that frame. So when the moment you click on the keyframe, there's something sort of a shape that is added. I don't know whether this is an octagon or what. It's added on the timeline, and then you can basically move to where you want the effect to end, that is, and then you also add another keyframe. So maybe at this point, we want the image to remain the same, and then at this last keyframe we want the image to increase in size. So we're going to do a zoom in, something like that. So when you play, you can see that the image is going to zoom in. So let's play this so that you can see how the keyframe is taking shape. That is good. So you can see that the image is normal up to this first keyframe. Then at first keyframe, then there's going to be a zoom in effect. We're enlarging the email up to the last keyframe, and then it's going to remain the same throughout the video. Now let's do something. Let's use keyframe to make adjustment to the next section of the clip. That is this image. Maybe that image is not that clear. Let me use this one. Okay, this is clear. So maybe at this point, let me just remove the transition so that you can have a clear view of what we have. Good. So maybe at that point, we are going to have an effect. We are going to maybe change the position. We are going to move the image about. So at that point, we want to add a position keyframe, and then we want the effect to be applied up to that point. So at that point, we're also going to add another position keyframe. So what do you want to happen? We want the image to change, rather to change its position when we have a change in position in between the two keyframes. So at that point, maybe you can adjust the image in the y-axis, that is vertically, so you can have the image move up to that point, and then you can have maybe an X movement. So the X movement is not going to be ideal because of course we didn't adjust the image properly. So I've adjusted the image, and we can have the effect. We can see how the effect behaves. So let me just play the video once again so that you can see how this one is taking shape. Well, that is good. That is well done. So that is how we apply keyframes. So we can use keyframe to create a zoom effect. You can use keyframes to adjust object motion, or you can use keyframes to have smooth transition between images, maybe whenever we want to have a transition to begin from. So one last example, maybe we can cut this one into two. So you can cut this into two halves. This image here, let me cut it two halves. Then another different image so that I can blend in. Let me cut on this one, and then I can copy. Let me have this one, copy, Control C to copy, and then I can add it somewhere there. So let me have it down here, and then I'll remove that keyframe. So I want this image to blend in together. Let me just extend on this one. Let me see what we have. Let me just reduce it, and then let me see if we have any animation on that. No animation. And then transition, I don't want any. So okay, there's an effect here, so we can remove this special effect. I'll click on it and then I hit delete. So let's see, it's good. So there's no change. Now I want to have maybe a blend, so maybe at that point I'll have a keyframe. So I'll do an opacity keyframe, and then I'll move up to this point, and then I'll add another keyframe. So maybe from this point I want it to be dull sort of, and then let me adjust it so that you have something like that. So let's play and then we see. Although it's not going to be perfect because the images are separated, but you should have a close effect to that. So let's play and then we see. Good. So we have something like that. So that is all about keyframes. Very, very important aspect of video editing, and you're going to apply it most of the time. So it's better you grasp the concept, and then you do some more practice on keyframes. So that is all you need to know about keyframes. And in the next section, we are going to look at clip animation. So see you in the next section. Now, clip animation is very, very important to your video editing projects. Clip animation will make videos more dynamic and engaging. Now, to access the clip animation feature, it's very simple. First, we're going to select the track we're going to work it with. So I prefer that we work with the video track. So I'll disable the images track and then hide it. Then I'm going to enable the video track. So I'm going to remove the transition between the first two sections of the video track. Then we're going to select on the first section of the track, and then we're going to move to the right panel and then select on animation tab. From the animation tab, we have the intro, outro, and the combo. So we're going to select on the in animation, and this is sort of an intro. So when we click it, we are going to be presented with a bunch of options we can choose from. So we can just select more appropriate option. Maybe we can go with something like maybe the shake 2. So once I click on it, it's automatically added to the beginning of that section of the clip. So we can adjust the duration so that it can extend for some time. The same way we can add the outro or the out animation by clicking on the out, and then we can select our preferred option. Maybe you can have the slide. Now when you click on it, it's automatically added on that clip. So we can adjust the duration as well so that it can be a bit longer. So let's play the video so that you can see what we have. That is good and amazing. So that is how we add the in and the out animation. Now we also have another type of animation, and that is the combo. So combo takes place in between the video segment or the selected video. So to work with that, let me just undo whatever we've done, and then we are just going to go to animation tab, and then we are going to select the combo. We are going to click on the combo button, and then we can choose on our desired combo animation clip. So I'll use the zoom tool, and then you can see that it is added in between the video. So it's something that is taking effect inside for that duration. So we can add the duration, we can decrease the duration so that we have a short length. So as you can see, the video is going to start playing without the animation, and then after some time we are going to experience the animation here, and then we are not going to have the animation. So let's play the clips and then we see what's happening. That is super cool. So that is how we add clip animation, and I've said that they make the video more interactive and more dynamic. So you can choose from a bunch of the in and the out, or you can either choose to use the combo. So that is all you need to know about clip animation. I want us to move to the next section of the video, and that is going to be the green screen. That is a chroma key, how to remove uniform image or video background. See you in the next section of the video. All right, now the chroma key is a feature in CapCut that allows us to remove uniform background of an image or a video. Now I find this one works best when you have a uniform background, maybe a green, black, or a background of a specific color. So let's see how we can go about this one. So I have a video that is having sort of a green uniform background, so we're going to import it into our media files. So under the media button, we're going to click on import, and then we're going to move right away to where we have the clip, and here it is. So I'm going to open it. So once it's opened, we are going to add it to our timeline. So let's click the file to add it to our timeline. So here it is. It's sort of clip, subscribe sort of clip with a green background. So to use the chroma key to remove the background, we are going to select on the clip, and then we are going to move to the remove BG, there's the remove background, and then we have the chroma key. So we select the chroma key so that the feature is activated. Then you're going to click on the picker, you're going to select the picker, and then you're going to select the uniform color that you want to eliminate. Now as you can see, the green color is selected, and it is sort of removed. So once we click there, we can increase the intensity so that we can remove as much as we can, or as much as possible. And then we can also play around with the shadows so that you can see, so that you don't have any shadow. And then you can make the edge more feathery, and then you can clean up the edge so that you don't have any green color around the edge. So once that one is done, it is achieved, and we have our image with a black rather transparent background. So we can have this image, we can have it, we can replace the background, we can have it on top of other images. So let's see, maybe we can have it somewhere there. Let's have it there. So we can have it, and then we can reduce the length of this one. So let's see. So we can click on it, and then we adjust the size by holding the double-sided cursor outline, and then we can drag it, and then we can place it somewhere there. So let's play the video so that you can see what we have. Let's play the video, and then we see what we have. That is super good. You can see that we've removed the background of this clip. Now I find the chroma the chroma key functionality to work best when we have a uniform background, maybe a green, black, red, yellow, basically a background of a specific color, where we don't have myriad of colors merged together. It works perfect whenever we have only a single color. So in some videos or in some occasions, you might be recording maybe a talking head. Maybe you might be having a camera that is capturing your face, and maybe you can be having a uniform background at the back. So you can use the chroma key to remove the background, and then you can insert something different. Maybe you can have a fixed image or a video background, and then the picture of your face will be an overlay to whatever is on the backdrop, that is. So that is how we do, that is how we remove the background of any video using the chroma key. So the next thing I want us to look at without wastage of time is how to generate captions on CapCut videos. That is the auto caption generation. So see you in the next section of the video. Now, in some occasions, you might be required to add subtitles to a video, especially when we have a background narration or a background recorded audio that is attached to the video. Now, to generate the subtitles in CapCut, you're going to use a feature known as the auto captions. Now, this one enables you to generate subtitles, and then you can easily edit the subtitles. Now, I want us to see this one in action. So previously we recorded some audio here, and it is I think it is this voiceover, and it is currently disabled and muted. So we're going to work with it. So what we're going to do first, we're going to unlock it so that you can edit it, and then we're going to unmute it. And then to generate the caption, you're going to click on the voiceover, and then you're going to move to caption tab or button under the menu bar. So under caption, we have this button to generate captions. So we can choose, we can identify the spoken language, so the English, and then the bilingual caption that we want. So I'll leave it to none. And then we can either identify filler words, but that is not necessary. And then we can go ahead and just generate the caption. So when you click on caption generation, it is going to identify the spoken words, that is basically the pre-recorded audio, and then we are going to have the caption. So here we are, already we have the captions. These captions are for this voiceover. So when you play our video, we can edit the caption. First, we can highlight the entire captions, and then we can identify the best position we want them to be. So maybe we might want them to be there. So before we start editing them, I want just to play a video so that you can see what we have. So let's play the video and then see what we have. So we can start recording by saying, here comes the amazing safari. So if you want to travel, you can contact us on blah blah blah, and then I'll stop. That is super good. So we have the caption generated. So we just need to do a little cleanup so that we can have a good style, and then we can also edit the captions. So we are going to highlight it, and then we are going to first start by changing the font. So once you highlight it, you're going to have the basic text customization feature enables on the right panel. So we can start by changing the font. So we can have the modern font. So let's see how it looks like. Good. We can also change the color so that it matches the background. So I think black can be ideal. So we can have black, or maybe let's have black. So when you have black, so we can have black with an outline. So we can come to this preset style, and maybe we can use that. That is good. And then we can now remove the filler word. So we can just go ahead. We can just go ahead to the text. Let me just select the first one. So you can click on that, and then you can see we don't have filler words. Let's click on the second one, and then we don't need this arm, so we can remove it. And then you can click on the third section. We have the you can remove that, and then on the fourth section, we can leave it the way it is. So we can also add various feature or animation features to our generated caption. So to have that feature, we are going to move to animation, and then it's loading. Currently, I don't know what's happening, but when you are on the text feature, I think you should be able to see sort of animation or effects. Let me just see effects if we have that. Let's see. Let's give it some time to load. Let's see. It's taking some time. Okay, it's there. There it is. So we can add this one effect, and then we can also look at what we have at bubble, and then you can have actually template. You can have the template. So we can choose a template so that maybe this we can have something more interesting or ideal. So I find this one more nice. So we can add it. We can add this. We can add this template, and then we can also have an effect of maybe, let me see. You can add an effect if possible. Maybe we can add that. Let's add that. That is good. That is good. That is good. So once we have that, we can now play a video, and then you see what we have. So let us play a video, and then you see what we have. So we'll play a video. We can start recording by saying, here comes the amazing safari. So if you want to travel, you can contact us on blah, blah, blah. And then I'll stop. Wow, that is so good. That is wonderful. So that is how we auto-generate caption, and then we can also play with the caption a bit to make it more nice. For example, let me just go a little bit advanced, rather sophisticated. So I'll select this first one, and then I can have this first section size increased. And then I can have a different color for that. Maybe we can give it red. And then, yeah, good. So you can have something like that. And then when we're somewhere there, you can equally edit these ones so that we have travel. So we can change the travel so that we have font increase. So you can have the font increase for travel. And then you can change the font color to maybe bluish. So let's have it to be bluish. And then you can play our video once again so that you can see whatever changes we've made. Let's play it once again. So we can start recording by saying, here comes the amazing safari. So if you want to travel, you can contact us on blah, blah, blah. And then I'll stop. So we can play around with the caption so that you can have something that is more attractive and more dynamic, that is. So that is how we add subtitles, and that is how we add caption to our video using CapCut. And that is all you need to know up to as caption is concerned. So I want us to move to the next section, and that is going to be the CapCut AI features. That is the artificial intelligence features that are incorporated in CapCut. Now, with the rise in the use of AI, CapCut has done its best to incorporate artificial intelligence into its interface so that you can have productivity enhanced. Now, some of the AI aspect of CapCut include things like the AI background remover. So when you have maybe a clip like that, then we can have the auto removal feature. This is basically AI. And then we also have these other features that allows you to have improved productivity. Actually, these are the AI features that are in CapCut. So we have the AI extend. This one allows you to drag to extend your clip from either side. And there's also the AI edit. This one edit images and video just by describing what you want. And then we have this the split scenes. The split scenes allow you to split a scene. And then we have the automatic background remover. And lastly, we have the auto adjustment feature. So these are AI features that you can use in your project. So I've not used this one so much, but I think that you can start experimenting them so that you can see what end result you can get. Now remember that the use of AI has gone up, and in any production unit, any production should I say platform, AI, the use of AI is going up, and AI is not going to replace your job. Rather, somebody who is smart enough to use AI is going to replace you. So I think it is high time that we all embrace AI, and we know that AI is going to live with us. It's going to be part and parcel of our daily activity. So you should start learning AI and how to use this feature. So I want just to explore one feature of these AI features in CapCut. I want just to look at maybe we can look at this one, remove backgrounds. Maybe we can still add this image with a uniform color, background color, sorry. So I'll just add it once again. Maybe I want it to be somewhere there. So let's move there, and then we can click on remove background. Once the image is selected, we can go ahead and click remove background, and then we are going to have AI perform the job. So let's wait and see. So the job has not been done. Let's see once again. Remove background. I think it's done. So the background is removed, but we are unable to see the image. Maybe let's have it somewhere there so they can see what you have. So it just remove everything. Let's see. Let's reduce the size. And then you can have background remove. So it has removed everything, as you can see, and it wasn't able to identify that the background was green. So anyway, we don't need to worry about that one. I think this one is I rarely use this one. I think it is ideal when you are doing maybe talking head. You're recording, you have a webcam that is recording your face, and then you have a uniform background. So the AI is able to detect your face as your face moves about, and then can easily eliminate the background. So that is that about the CapCut AI features. You can explore them as you'll be working on your various projects and see which one works best for you. Now I want us to move to the next section of the tutorial. The tutorial is getting long, and I never intended it to be this long. So let's move to the color correction features of CapCut. Color correction is one of the activities you're going to do in your video editing projects. The color correction will enable you to enhance photo colors, to do color grading on your video clips, among others. So this one will help you enhance your video and make it more appealing and dynamic. So I want us to see how this one works very fast. So we are going to select the clip you want to work with. Maybe you want to work with this video, so we're going to select it, and then we are going to move direct to this panel here, the right panel. Then we are going to move to adjust. So under adjust, we have various options you can use to adjust the color. We can just do an auto adjust, and then you can work with the intensity. You can see that. You can also have a color match, and then this one requires that we sign in. So we'll ignore it, and then we have the color correction feature. So this color correction feature, you can adjust the intensity or lower the intensity depending what is appealing to your eye. So I find this one rational. You can do extreme, or you can just do moderate. You can also do sort of tint. Let me have tint there. Then you can do saturation. You can also work with the exposure. You can adjust the exposure. And then we can have, we can reduce on the contrast, we can work with the highlights, we can work with the shadows, and then you can adjust on the whites, it's too bright, and then you can work with the blacks, the brilliance, and then we have the sharpen. So there's a lot you can do here. There's a lot you can adjust these on. This one boils down to preference. How do you want the image, rather the video, to finally look? How do you want the clip to finally appear? So that is basic. We also have the HSL values. So we can also play with the HSL values, so you can get varied views. We can also work with the curve, so you can identify a point. So you take this point, and then you can easily identify a point, and then we can adjust that point. Maybe we want to work with that point, and then we can easily change it. Now we also have the color wheel. We can also play around with the color wheel so that you know what we have. We can also adjust this color using the color wheel. So that is that about adjustment of color. That is all you can do. So this one boils down to preference and maybe what appeals to you, because maybe whatever appeals to you is not whatever appeals to me, is not whatever appeals to your friend. So this one is relative. I'll leave it to you, and requires a lot of creativity. Now my tip advice to you is that don't overdo, don't underdo. Ensure that in your color correction you're moderate, and you get what the clients want. What is the end result that you want to have by the end of color grading. So that is all I'll have to show you on color grading. I want us to move to something else, and that will be audio enhancement on CapCut. So see you on the next section of the video, and that is going to be audio enhancement. I want us now to work with audio so that we can see various enhancements that we can do to our audio. Now to work with audio enhancement, we are going to select our audio. Of course, we have two audios here. We have the voiceover, and we have the previous, should I say, background music. So maybe you can work with the background music. So I'll lock the voiceover, and then I'll mute it so that we have the background music active. So the first thing we can do, we are going to select on the audio, and then we are going to have these adjustment window for audio. So we have basic adjustment. We can increase the volume, or rather we can decrease it depending on what you want. We can use the slider, or we can just type in values here. We can also have a fade in, we can have a fade out. So I think we can have a slow fade in and a slow fade out. Then we can also normalize loudness. This is where we have the loudness almost at the same level. Now we can also reduce noise. Maybe if this was a pre-recorded audio like the voiceover, so we can eliminate background noise. We can also go to the voice changer. Maybe if this was sort of narration like this voiceover, then you can choose maybe either of these AI voices. We can also move to the voice character, and then we can select this one. Now we also have speed of the audio. So we can increase the speed. So the higher the speed, the shorter the length of the file. So I'll leave it at that point. Now I think that I personally will do the audio. It is very simple. I will just come to basic here, and then I will do basic adjustment. So maybe what you can do, you can add a keyframe. Maybe at some point, like maybe when you have narration here, we can add maybe a keyframe. So maybe at that point, we can add a keyframe to have a volume reduced, and then at some point here, we can also have another keyframe. Can also add another keyframe. Then we will drag, we will have, we can also have another keyframe before the last one. Let's just have another keyframe there. And then we can drag this one down. So we can drag it down so that you can have a fall in the audio at that specific point. Now we can also enhance voice. Maybe want it to be more clearer, we can enhance voice. So when you click on the enhanced voice, it's going to make it more clearer. So I want us to play this clip so that you can hear the basic audio changes that we've done to enhance our audio. So let's play the clip. So we are going to play it and then we are going to listen keenly. So let's play it. Wow, I find that one so much nice, so much interesting. So those are some of the audio enhancement that you can do. We can also use AI to normalize the audio. We can enhance the voice using AI. We can equally reduce the noise using AI. So that is some of the audio enhancement that you can do when you're doing video editing. So I want us to move to the next section of the video, and that is working with images. Now I want us to see how we can work with images, how we can do pan, zoom effect, and add animation, and maybe to remove backgrounds of images. So already in our timeline, we have the images track. So we can activate the track and then we can lock the videos track. So this is our images track. So we can do maybe a zoom. We can do a zoom of an image, and then you can also do a pan. So let's select on this clip here, and then we can do a zoom. So to do a zoom, we are going to add our keyframe. So we are going to go to the basic, and then to do a zoom, that is basically scaling. We're going to identify the point where we want to start having the zoom, maybe at that point. So we're going to add a keyframe, and then we are going to drag the playhead to where we want the zoom to end. We are going to add it there, and then at that point we want the image to be scaled up to somewhere there. So when we play our video, we're supposed to have an effect of zoom that starts from the normal scaling to an increased scaling. So let's see that in action. Let's play a video to see what we've done. So that is good. We can also do a pan. A pan is like moving the images about. So maybe we can have this track, this section of the clip. So let me just remove the keyframes, and then I'll delete this image. Then we can extend the length of this one. So we want to do a pan on this image. So to do an effective pan, I think we are going to first increase the size of the image. So let's just click on it, and then we can increase it in size, and then we are going to add the keyframe from where we want to start having the effect. So maybe right there or maybe we can have it to start maybe almost at the beginning. We are going to add our first keyframe, and then towards the end somewhere there we are also going to add another keyframe. Now unfortunately I've added wrong keyframe for the scaling, but I want to do a pan, so that we're supposed to use the positioning keyframes. So let's just undo that one, and then at the very beginning we are going to have a position keyframe, the first keyframe, and then where we want that effect to end, we're also going to add another keyframe. So at this point we want to do a pan, so we want the image maybe to move maybe down and then vertically like that at that point. So let's play a video so that you see what we have in action. Let's play a video. that is cool. That is good. That is good. So that is how we do pan and zooming. Now we can also add images. We can also add animation. Sorry, you can also add animation. It's very simple. So animations provide a dynamic transition between one image to the other. So for example, these three images, there's this jerky movement from this jerky transition from one image to another. It's not intuitive. It's not eye appealing. Let's just play so that you can confirm that. So we can decide to add animation. So to add animations, we are going to click on the image. So maybe we click on this one, and then we'll go to the animation tab. Then we can do an outro sort of. So we can have, let's do maybe, let's have a warning light. So we can add, we can click on it. Sorry, we'll click on it, and then it's automatically added there. And then for this one, you can have an intro. So you can have jelly one intro, and then you can have an outro of a slide, and then for this one we'll have jelly one. They keep on changing the position, so maybe you can have just collision, then outro you can have dazzling out. Let's play this clip once again so you can see what we have. Now, one thing you can note is that the animations can take the position of transition. So you can use the animations between two images so they can serve as transition. As you can see, there's that smooth movement from one image clip to another. Let's just see that once again. That is super good. So that is working with images. So we learned how to do the pan, do the zoom, add image animation. So the last thing we can look at, we can also see how we can remove background. Now it's not going to be easy because we don't have an image with a specific background. So maybe you can try this one. We're going to click on the image, and then we're going to go to remove BG, and then you can use the chroma key, and then you can select the background you want to remove using the chroma picker, the color picker, sorry. So once you click that, you can see, and then you can adjust the intensity. It's not going to be effective because this feature works when we have a solid color, that is a solid color. So that is that about working with images. I think that's enough with images. You can play about in your project so that you can become proficient. Now the next thing I want us to look at is how we can add overlays to video, resize, crop, and position overlays in our next section. Now, on most occasions, you're going to work with a variety of media files. You're going to have audios, you're going to have images. At the same time, you're going to have videos. Now, to make your production more attractive, or rather more eye appealing, you can have picture-in-picture productivity. That is where we are going to have maybe an overlay, a video overlay, and a picture that is overlaid on a video. So let's see this one, how this one works basically. So in our project we have videos, and at the same time we have image files. So we're going to unlock the video, and then I just now want to have maybe an image, like I want to have this image on top of the video. So let me have it somewhere there, and then we can reduce the size. So we can have the size reduced, I mean the length, sorry, and then we are going to go ahead and position this one accordingly. So maybe we might want it at one point at some section of this video. So we are going to zoom out first, so we can have the outline, then we can reduce the size, and then we can place it at some point. Now maybe at that point we want to have maybe some intro effects. Okay, before we add that, let's just play the video so I can see what we have at that point. So let's play the video so that you can see what we have. So that is what we have, but unfortunately I feel that there's opacity, the see-through, so we can increase the opacity, and then we will have this animation. So we can reduce the length of the animation. Let's just see. Let's see the animation. So you can look at in, you can have it none, you can remove it, that is. So let us play the video once again and then we see what's happening. All of a sudden that video. So maybe we can add let's have the video somewhere there, and then we can add an intro anime. So let's see how we want the image to come in. So let's have maybe fade in. That is super good. So let's play the video once again and see what's happening. That is not bad, but the various functionalities that you can add to make it blend perfectly. We can add keyframes so that maybe you can have the image to move about. So maybe at that point we want the image to be there, so we are going to have a position keyframe at that point, and then as the video extends at somewhere there, we want to add another position keyframe to the image. So maybe at that point we want our image to move maybe, and then it disappears there. So let's see that. Let's see how we have that. Let's play and then we see what's happening. That is good. So we can have something like that. We can have something like that, and we even crop the image. So that is a simple picture-in-picture video editing technique that you can use to add flavor to our video. Now I'm almost winding up on the video. I want us to do something very important, and that is going to be masking. So in this section, I'm going to take you how we can use the mask feature in CapCut. Now, mask is a key component in any video editing software. You're going to use it a lot to provide a smooth blending between two layers of rather two tracks of media. So to have this one in action, I'm going to use the video clip here. So we are going to use this video clip here, and then we need to have another layer on top. So I'm going to go to my media bin or media folder, and then under images, I'm going to add this image on top here. Now to have the mask work properly, we need to ensure that these two tracks are the same in dimension. That is, they should be in landscape, both of them, or in portrait. Now, as you can see, this one is perfect. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we are going to select on the track on top of the other, and then you're going to move to the video section, and then you're going to select on mask tab. Upon selecting on mask tab, nothing is taking place yet. We need to click on add mask, and whenever we click, the moment we click on add mask, a lot of options are activated now. So we have the split, the film straight, the circle, the rectangle, the stars, the heart, the text, the brush, and the pen. Now the concept here is the same. It depends with what you want to achieve, and maybe the end goal of the production process. So what we are going to do here, we are going to select on the split mask feature, and then I want whatever is underneath to be visible when the playhead is somewhere there. So maybe we'll have the playhead somewhere there, and then whatever is underneath are maybe some birds here. So I'll have it reveal, so I'll have it like that one, and then at that point I'd want the mask to reveal everything somewhere there, and then I'll zoom. So after doing that one, I'll add a position, a mask keyframe. Then at some point, maybe before everything underneath is revealed, I want to hide everything, so I'll move the split mask to the farthest end, and then I will have mask setting keyframe toggle on. So already I've added the mask, and I think should be working. So whatever the mask does is that it kind of provides nice blending between a track on top of another to a track that is below the other. So let's see this one. Let's see how this one happens. So we are going to play the video from the beginning so that you can see everything. That is super good. That is so amazing. So that is how the mask feature works in CapCut and any other video editing software. So there are various varieties of masks. You can choose on any of them, and you play around with them and see the end result. So that one will mark the end of the long tutorial. One last thing we need to do upon doing your editing accurately and so nice like this one, we need now to have maybe of desired file type, so that you can maybe upload it to our social media platform. We can share it with our friend, because currently we have the file on CapCut here. So we need to have maybe an MP4 file, maybe media file, or whichever format that you might want it. So that one calls for exporting our media file. So let's see how we can export everything that we've been working on CapCut here. All right, so once we are done with our video editing, we can now proceed and export our video so that we can share it along with our friends or on our various social media platforms. Now, before we export, we need to ensure that everything is right, and we have everything that we are going to export unlocked and in visibility mode. So currently you can see that the voiceover is locked. So we're going to unlock it, and then we are going to have it unmuted. So let's play once again so that you can see everything that we have, and once satisfied, we can proceed with the process of exporting our edited video or our project. So let's play it once again. So we can start recording by saying here comes the amazing safari. So if you want to travel, you can contact us on blah blah blah, and then I'll stop. So that is a wonderful job. Now we believe that everything is perfect, so we can go ahead and export our project. So to export it, we can move to menu, and then we can just go ahead to file, and then we can proceed to export, or we can basically come and hit on this export button. So when you click export, we are supposed to be presented with the dialog box where we can basically do various adjustments, maybe the resolution that we want, and the social media platform that we want to export our project for. Unfortunately, we are using pro features, and this one is not going to allow us to export our video unless we join the pro version. So we will stop there for now until next time. So I believe that you've got everything that you need for you to get started in editing personal projects for content creation, or for taking gigs on various freelancing websites. So please, if you are doubting any section, be sure to rewind the video and share the video. Thank you so much, and see you next time.